And that's what dating's all about.
Yeah. Him or her, whoever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dating is about getting to know another person.
So, who do you date? You don't just date everyone. I mean, are there, like you said, are there some certain guidelines you should go by as far as who you should and shouldn't date?
Well, it may be nice to be with the James Dean type of bad boy, but if he doesn't meet the list of what you want, early on you want to be wise about accepting a date with him or not.
Right.
And it also depends on where you are in your life. If you're 22 and you're not thinking to get married right now and you're wanting to just get to know some people, I mean, it's okay. Go to your church group, get to know some guys, go get people to set you up with someone and get to know them. And as soon as you find out that their core values are not yours, and you can find those out on a first date.
You
can without hitting them over the head with it.
Right.
It's an interview, but more like an intriguing interview. It's a dialogue, not a, okay, jink, jink, chink, chink, chink. If you don't hit this, you're out the door. Or tell me about how you accepted Jesus, and let me hear how many scriptures you can quote. You don't have to be that rigid about it.
Right. Yes,
You know?
I agree. You know, it's interesting, you know, as a believer, I write about this in my book, a dating relationship that I had before I met Marcus. I dated a young man for 2 years. Now, interestingly enough, when he first asked me out, he came to a production at my local church that I was in. It was around Christmas time. And did you know that my first impression of spending time with him and just talking to him, that I was very uncomfortable? And so I backed away, rightly so, and I went with that. And he got really upset because, you know, we didn't continue to date. And months went by, about 6 months, and he called and asked me out again. And because I wasn't dating anyone, I went out on the date with him, kind of let my guard down a little bit, and ended up in a 2-year relationship with someone that I really should have never been dating. So it is important. I mean, right off the bat, I think you have your spiritual antennas up a little better, but once you kind of let those down, and you get to know someone, I don't think you have as good a discernment as you do right off the start.
You are so right on that. And here's the thing, if we really learn to pay attention to the warning signs, and if we're willing to talk about things that are important to us and ask questions on that first date and get to know them, then we can prevent ourselves from so much heartbreak, because you got addicted to him, because you had spent time together. And here's the other reason why I really want to encourage girls not to get so involved physically, and why I'm so for abstinence is once the physical takes off, then all the communicating and all the getting to know somebody pretty much stops. It's all about the chemistry there, and that is not what's going to sustain a relationship.
And that's a tie that's hard to break.
It is.